I'm back. No, I'm not. I'm back here to let you know that I died at Christmas. Something inside me died. So yeah, everybody really truly does need to grieve for me as if I'm gone, because I'm not coming back. The woman that I was, or the person that I was, is gone. And the thing that's taken over is obviously the thing that I have repressed my whole life. The thing that needs to come out to protect myself, I suppose, that was never allowed to. So I'm moving on. I've realised that the sex trafficking runs deep in Canberra. It was probably designed for the purpose. Police, military, when you've got politicians sodomising you, and that politician is the Minister for Police, then it's pretty obvious who's involved. But I know from my memories, the bikies and the rebels were involved. These clubs are designed to hide these things in the first place. And if they're not full of monsters at the beginning, they are infiltrated. But it's all designed to keep the secrets. My uncle and the bikies kept my mum on drugs and alcohol and partying so that we were vulnerable and could be taken at any time. It's that simple. The Catholic school system is involved. Our school photos were used for catalogues for pedophiles. And we were ordered from catalogues. Yeah. So I'm dealing with all of that. I've been in touch with my ex and we've had some really good chats, but he's still just a pathological liar. But it was good to be able to see it all without the emotion. So it did help me after Christmas when I called him. But the reason I called him is because I found some mushrooms and I was at rock bottom. And I was like, well, 90% sure they were psilocybin. So I took one and it helped. So I took a bunch and it helped. So I've been taking them ever since. And it's helping. I'm not miserable anymore. I still hate humanity. And I think that humanity should be wiped off the face of the earth because we're a feral species. It's obvious to me how cruel we are to each other, but especially to the planet and the creatures and the plants that live on it. We have no respect. We breed and consume with no regard for our host, just like bacteria or a virus. So, yeah, it was good to talk it out with him. It helped me a lot. But, yeah, people don't change. And he's embedded in his lifestyle. And I knew at the beginning I shouldn't have jumped in. So I take full responsibility for everything that's happened. I always have. I'm a grown woman, and all the decisions I made after the age of 18 were totally my responsibility, regardless of who manipulated me or fooled me or lied to me or tricked me. It's still my fault. So I'm saying my true goodbyes to everybody. The person you know is not here anymore, and the person you knew didn't really exist because it was a coping mechanism. My whole personality was just one big fat coping mechanism with lots of different emotions that would kick in to help me through certain situations or circumstances. Yeah, or the way I reacted to certain people in certain environments. It was all, a coping mechanism, which means I didn't exist at all, because I never knew who I was, because I never knew what I'd been through. So now that I know, and now that I have fully grieved for my old life, I've spent 6 months grieving for my life, for everyone that I knew or thought I knew, for all my friends and family and acquaintances. I've grieved as though everybody has died, and I grieved for myself because I died too. And I'm never going through any of that again, so I'm never letting anybody back in again. I've totally separated myself from my old life now. I've said goodbye to Marcus. I don't want anything to do with him anymore. Just like everybody else in my past, I can't talk to anyone. There's nothing I can talk about. I can't do small talk. I can't listen to people talking about their mundane lives. And I can't hear people whinging about their petty little problems, or talking about how hurt they are, or how hard their life is, or how hard it is for them to be feeling something, because what I hold inside of me is pure terror and horror. And I have to walk around every day and just absorb it and live with it and try not to spread it, which is really hard. I have so much anger and hatred in me that I cannot explain it. And I just have to live with it. So I'm trying to figure out how to re-assimilate somehow into society, because it is necessary somewhat, but I am going to continue to stay on my own and be alone. I've stopped watching YouTube or videos or anything on the internet. I've stopped listening to music. I deleted my music app. I'm just trying to minimize all outside influences, and I realize that everything is manipulated in some way to make us think a certain way or act a certain way. And they just want us all to be functioning the same in this little society, and keeping the secrets and being fake to one another and not telling each other the truth. Locking ourselves in our homes and bitching about people, but not actually doing anything about anything ever. It's the whinging that does it. If we didn't have people to whinge to, nobody would whinge, right? If you actually stop listening to people whinging and tell them and say, you're whinging, get over it, I don't want to hear it. Or if when somebody starts telling you something about someone else, or bitching about someone else in a nasty way, you should just say, I don't want to talk about that, and change the subject. You all watch so much TV and movies, and this social media is so vapid, and you've got these keyboard warriors that say things that they would never say to your face, but they'll type it. So, yeah, just think about what you're saying, and think about what you're watching, and think about what you're ingesting when you sit down in front of the TV or go to a movie. Think of what you're actually putting into your body through your senses. Think about the food and all the poisons in it and why it's like that. Just start thinking about why things are the way they are, and maybe start questioning if that's really how you should be living your life. And start asking yourself if you're actually helping this world, or if you're actually just ticking along like a slave, jumping all the hurdles that are put in front of you. Money is evil. Money is the reason that I was so badly abused, because people had money to pay for it. And our family was vulnerable enough for us to be taken. I know none of the money was coming back to us, but someone made a lot of money off me. And all of my pain is pretty much because of money. The incest from the family is just pain passed on from previous generations. Yeah, it's the secrets that keep it going. So speak up, protect the children, and if you see something going on that you think is wrong, step in. Don't call the police. Grab some of your friends and stand up to someone and tell them that it's wrong. If you can't do it on your own, find some people to back you up. Start standing up for people, really standing up. Say something. Do something different. Stop being part of the cog in the wheels. Do something different. Stop being fake. Stop being scared. What are you all so afraid of? I've been living in the bush on my own for 6 months and I'm still alive. There's nothing to be scared of out here. The fear is in your head. The fear is all the stuff that you put into your head. Switch off the fucking news. Stop being programmed by all this horror. Stop looking for horror. Stop watching shows where everybody's bitching and fucking being nasty and you're just copying. You don't even know, but you're just copying what you see. Human beings are monkey see, monkey do. Your children will copy you. Your children will become like you. You pass on your personality traits to your kids and your habits and your opinions and your views and your emotions. So you're making little human beings. And if you're not teaching them how to be good human beings, you're pretty much just part of the problem. And you're pumping out more fucking shitheads. Blind slaves. Chasing money, chasing success, chasing fame, chasing fortune. Trying to be beautiful. And trying to look the best. Trying to have the most stuff. Material possessions. Overindulgence. Partying, drinking, partying, drinking, partying, drinking. It's just numbing and it's just avoidance. You're not achieving anything. The pubs are there so that you can numb yourself every night so that you can go back to your horrible mind-numbing job the next day. So your job is mind-numbing and then you have to go and drink or take drugs or whatever to numb yourself even more, to go to sleep and get up and do it all again the next day. So just think about it. Or don't. And just keep fucking walking that path blindly. I don't care. I do want all of humanity to die. And now I'm just going to use my magic to try and bring that about, because it's not a bad intention to protect this planet and all the beautiful creatures and just the amazing things on it. My intention is pure, and that intention is that all humanity must just be wiped out, obliterated. It doesn't matter how, but there can't be anyone remaining. No humans can remain on this planet, and that is the only way it's going to be saved. I think humans have descended into Sodom and Gomorrah. If you want to compare it to the Bible, but we've just descended into a society that's selfish. And it's been like this since I was born. That's 48 years. That's half a century. and it's been going on for longer than that, so it's not going to change. We've gone too far. Human beings can't go back and fix things now. We've chosen our path, and we've chosen our death, I think, by ignoring everything around us and by ignoring the pain and the hurt and the suffering and just letting it go on right under our noses. Yeah, our punishment is going to be that we'll be taken away from this beautiful place that we've been given. I think we were put here on purpose, and I don't think that we are descended from the apes. Maybe our DNA is related, and that's where they got it from, but it's obvious to me that we are a feral species. We shouldn't be here. Look at what we're doing, and look at what a feral animal does. We eradicate feral animals. For fuck's sake, they're shooting brumbies down here, en masse. For no other reason than the government thinks they should shoot the brumbies. And no one wants them to, but they're still doing it. I see more roadkill. I don't see how the brumbies are doing any problem compared to the amount of death I see on the road and just walking through the bush. Skeletons and carcasses and skulls and bones everywhere. Just everywhere. There is death everywhere. We're walking on death. We're breathing death in. We eat death. And then you wonder why we're dead inside. So anyway, I'm dead inside. And I'm just going to try and figure out how to function and get through the rest of my life now that I'm not wallowing in the misery that I just couldn't get out of. So, mushies, I say, hail to psilocybin, and yeah, farewell to everyone. I don't know where my path's going to lead me, but I do know that I needed the solitude, and even though it was horrible and painful, and I don't think many people could get through what I've just been through, I don't think anyone could, really. But anyway, somehow I made it. Stumbled on the mushies right when I was at rock bottom and had nothing to live for. And actually just wanted to die. So, yeah. I don't know what my purpose is. If I do have to live on this planet, then my only priority is to look after myself and the nature that surrounds me, that has helped to heal me. But solitude is essential, and silence is essential. And you need to stop feeding shit into your brain, through your eyes, through your ears, through your mouth, through your nose, through all your touch, your senses, the people that you associate with, the job that you do. You need to detach if you ever want to wake up. You need to get away. You need to switch everything off. And you need to do it hard. And you need to go without. There's my belly saying you're going without food. And if you never go without, you're never going to find what's within. So, it's up to you. I didn't have a choice to come here. I had to get out, and I had to go back to the place of my abuse to report it, which is really fucked up. So, yeah, I have to just deal with how it is now, and this is how it is. This is my life. I will always be alone. These are my truths. Where are they? Behind me. Anyone can be controlled. Nobody can be trusted. Everybody is false. Everybody is a hindrance. People are a distraction. And distraction is the matrix. Doubt everything. Believe nothing. Solitude is essential. Silence is necessary. And death is the only truth. And they're my rules to live by. So, take a page out of my book and see if you can handle it, or don't, and just keep on doing what you do. Yeah. I need to handle the rest of my life on my own because, that's just the way it is. There's no one who can help me other than myself. So I just got to keep on helping myself and figuring out what's in my head and how to cope with that. And I'll just do it like I have been my whole life. Nobody knows the true suffering I've experienced because I've always done it on my own. I don't reach out to people when I'm really depressed or sad. I withdraw into myself because I don't want to spread it. But people have never, ever really seen me at my rock bottom lows because I handle it on my own and I don't expose other people to it. So the bubbly, chirpy person that you knew was just a cover-up because there was so much pain inside. So, yeah, that person's gone now because now I know why I had so much pain. And now it makes sense. I don't understand, and I will never understand how any of this could happen to a child for their whole childhood without anybody helping at all. That's a long time. This was going up until my early teens. So that's a long time for a child to be abused with nobody stepping in to save her or protect her or stop it. So now I just have to live with that I grew up in a society that can allow that and a community that can allow that to happen to a kid and just basically watch it happening, knowing damn well that something's wrong, knowing damn well that there's probably like 50 things wrong just at first sight. So that's what we're living in. That's what created me. And it's not my fault that this shit happened to me when I was a kid. And I'm not letting anyone manipulate me ever again. No one's going to coerce me or trick me or lead me into doing anything I don't want to do. And I can read lies now. I can read them like a book. And the one thing I have figured out is that if you really want to think clearly, you need to separate yourself completely from your emotions. You cannot feel and think straight at the same time. And the only way you're going to make informed decisions is without emotions attached. And none of you are ever going to be able to do that. There's always an emotion attached. There's always an ulterior motive. And people will always look out for number one. We are always looking out for ourselves. We are always worried about our own safety or our reputation or our livelihood or our homes, our security, everything. We're always worried about ourselves. And we're so worried about ourselves that we just can't be bothered worrying about anyone else because we all think we got it so hard looking after number one. And we don't share. No one shares their wealth. Everyone just hoards it. It's not going to bring you happiness and you can't take it with you. And you can lose it overnight. So you can lose everything overnight. Your whole life can be turned upside down. And it can feel like every single thing has gone insane. And that everybody is acting differently and turning their back on you. And simply because you're going through something too hardcore for them to be able to handle. I was taking it way too personally. No one gave a fuck because they just can't handle it. I can, so I gotta handle it on my own because no one else can. So yeah, say goodbye everybody. Rachel's dead. And I'm going to spend the rest of my life trying to figure out who I really am. And maybe kill some fucking rebels. Who knows? Feels good to think about it. My suicidal ideations have now turned to murderous ones. And I just think of all the horrible things I can do to the people that caused me so much pain and tortured me. So anyway, it's normal apparently. So my shrink says, yeah, I'm not normal, but the brain does what the brain does, and the mind manages however it manages. So, yep, I'm insane. I accept it. I realize now I've always been insane, but now I know why, and now I know exactly how it affects me, and I'm embracing my insanity. And I'm going to let myself just be this insane bitch for the rest of her life, if that's what it takes for me to deal with the shit in my head and the people out there. So I think you have to be insane to actually see this world for how it is. Or I could look back and say that I've been living my whole life in insanity, in this blind insanity, and now I've finally come out of it, and maybe I'm not insane. Maybe I'm the normal one, and all you motherfuckers are insane. Think about that, because that's what's hit me. I've been insane my whole life because I didn't know who I was, and I couldn't remember shit, and I was just walking along like a robot, thinking I was someone I wasn't. That's insanity. Living every day pretending like this bad shit hadn't happened to me because I blocked it out, that's insanity. Going to see therapists and getting counselors and stuff my whole life, and reading books and doing all these things that I thought were going to help me when I couldn't remember, that's insanity. I was insane. Now I'm not. And I think everyone out there is the same. I think everyone's holding on to something, hiding something, repressing something, avoiding something, not dealing with something. That's insanity. Holding on to that shit and trying to cope with life and not dealing with it, pretending that it's not there, and seeing that it's affecting your life and all these obvious signs that you're not happy and your life's pretty fucked up and the things that you're doing are, not helping. But we keep doing it, that's insanity. So I feel like I'm the only one who's, sane. Because I've seen everything now for what it is. And everybody else can say, oh, Rachel's gone crazy. But you guys are the ones living in that world. That world is the place that all this horrible stuff happened to me. A lot of you people were there, around when it was happening. A lot of my family are perpetrators. It's not their fault. It's just the way it was. Everyone was fucking with everyone because they all started so young. And they all saw other people doing it to other people, and it was just normal. It was normal. So, who do I blame? I've had people say, I should exact revenge and return serve, and where do I begin? I'll tell you where I'll begin. I'll begin with those fucking bikies that carried me out of that fucking house when my mum was fucked up and got the money for some politician raping me up the arse, or some sicko dressing up as like a wolf and chasing me through the forest like Red Riding Hood and then raping me. This stuff is just sick, but these fucking bikies did this. They were the first ones. That's the first step in the ladder. They're right down the bottom. And then they funnel the kids up the ladder to the people with the money at the top. And they go through all the processes, every step. Police, military, you name it. Government. St. Vincent de Paul camps. Fuck this shit. The more you think about it, the worse it gets. And that's where I've been. Deep, deep down in the dark. Wandering through my mind. And realising how depraved this world is. So you guys are insane by living in it and thinking that it's all hunky-dory and that everything's fucking shiny and happy. Rainbows and unicorns. It fucking isn't. And I can guarantee you that you could walk out your front door and in at least 2 of the houses that you're looking at in your street, there's children being molested. But I can tell you now, it's probably more than that. But just stand on your front doorstep and look around at all those houses with their doors shut and think about what's really happening. Think about it, because it is happening. Statistically, there's pedos in your street. There's people dealing drugs. There's people doing all sorts of dodgy shit. It's right under your fucking nose. But you can see, if you really fucking look, you know. You just like to ignore it. See it, ignore it, whatever. Let it keep happening. Not my problem now. I can't change anyone else. I can't help anyone else, and I'm done trying. I can't believe I thought I actually could help people with my stupid fucking sound healings and Reiki, and it's all in your fucking head, guys. You either go see someone and you'll think it's going to work, so it'll work, or you'll go see them and think it's not going to work, so it won't work. Or you'll be filling your life with so much poison that going to see that person is a pointless fucking task anyway, because unless you make some changes at home, no spiritual healer is going to fix your shit, right? It's all just cogs in the wheel again. It's all just in your head. So, yeah, do it on your own. Stop being led by other people. Open up your eyes. See what's really going on. And stop fucking feeding your body full of fucking poison in every way, shape, and form. And, forget about me. I've grieved for everybody. Everyone I know is dead. I have died. The person I was has died. Finally, thank God. It took like 6 months. And it was horrible. And I hope none of you have to ever go through this. Because you will fucking kill yourselves. I'm telling you now. It's fucking hard. I don't know why I can't, but I can't. So I'm still here. It seems I can damage my body in any other way, shape, or form, but I can't actually fucking end it. So, go figure. I'm stuck here on this fucked up world with this fucked up human race, surrounded by death and misery. Yay. Happy times. So, I don't know. It is what it is. And that's all I can say now. I got stuck in the I don't understand, I can't understand for a long time. And then I clicked to it is what it is. It is what it is, people. And we just have to put up with it. And death will be our only freedom. And death is the only truth. The truth doesn't lie on the internet. You're not going to read it in a book. They're definitely not going to put it in a movie or a TV show. Yeah. Go searching for it if you want, but you will not find it if you're looking for it, because it is not out there. It's in you. And you have to actually stop looking for it and get the fuck away from every single outside influence. And then you might find it inside yourself, if you're lucky. I haven't found it. All I've found is horror. But if that's what's inside, then that's what's inside. So, good luck delving inside, guys. Or not. And see you later.